Yeah.
Who are you looking for? I want to make sure you get flooded with inbound leads. Make it worth it.
Yeah, so we're targeting two different, I guess, leads, right? We have the seller side and we have the investor side. So on the seller side, anyone that has a property that they're looking to sell, whether they're a realtor themselves, whether they're a wholesaler or an investor, or just someone that wants to get rid of a property, they come to us. On the investor side, it's anyone that's looking, whether they're looking to get into their very first flip, or maybe they're an experienced investor looking to scale, they come to us for an additional source of opportunities.
Because you're running all those deals through.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
How much is that making you? Good money?
So we just started last year in February. In our first 8 months, we did the $1 million mark gross. So we've been since February 5th of last year. So we're a fairly new company, but we've been doing in the space, me personally, since 2017. Yeah.
How old are you?
25.
Youngsters.
Yeah.
How old
We're
are
both
you?
25.
25 as well.
Yeah. See, I wish I was at 25. I was doing something smart.
We grew up on the same
I
block.
was selling cars like a dumbass. But it's never too late, right?
No, it's never too late.
If you're an old man, remember, if these youngsters can do it, so can you. There's a lot of old dudes out there talking about, yeah, it's too late for me.
Never too late.
It's never too late, dude. Like, there's so many companies that started when the dude was 60.
McDonald's.
Yeah, like all kinds of them.
KFC. Yeah.
That's just an excuse people have.
Walmart.
I wish I'd have known about wholesaling. Because again, dude, I had no clue all these opportunities existed.
Yeah.
There wasn't the internet to, broadcast it. There weren't a bunch of gurus except for a few teaching, personal development was really what they were teaching.
Yeah.
There wasn't all these opportunities that there are now.
No.
Now if you can't make, 20 plus a month, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays, dude. Even with a brand, how many followers you got?
So my personal account, it's like a little over 8,000. I've been working on it a little bit more. I've been realizing that personal branding is huge, especially in this industry. And then the business itself, it's a newer account, so it's about like a little over 2,000. So
well, believe it or not, a personal brand's more important than you think.
Yeah.
Like right now with AI, I could probably create a course on flipping, and I've never flipped.
Yeah.
I sell, $300,000 worth of tickets to come downstairs. Hey, Ken, what's up? Go downstairs, and I'll be like, here's how you flip. And it'll be how you flip, too. It'll probably be some of the best content out there, because I'd say, take it from all the best teachers. Yeah. And then I just, hey, make a framework called Real, because all my shit's real.
Yeah.
They'll be like, that I could go do it right now, come back in 10 minutes with a course. You'll be like, damn, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So information is almost irrelevant anymore. Yeah. It's the brand now. Yeah. So you want to build a brand, period. Yeah. And it's getting harder and harder to do. This little guide is all the secrets that I use. So normally I would spend a bunch of time with you and go through this, but I think you're here more for the podcast. This right here is probably more valuable though. So read through it. I'll give you my cell phone, and then just as you start having questions or want to start doing it, hit me up. Just text me and I'll coach you through it. It's not hard. You just have to have the huevos.
Yeah.
Because most people they won't put themselves out on the internet.
No.
Well, they worry about what they said and how they look and yada, yada, yada. And at the end of the day, man, people want authenticity. They want real. When I was trying to put content out there to grow my brand, I was like, what can I say to sound cool and look cool and, be smart and, whatever. And it really wasn't working very well. And then one day I just told the guy, just turn the camera on, bro. Yeah. Follow me around. Just follow me around. Yeah. And so I just forgot the camera was on. I talked to people and say what I said and did what I did and went where I went. And they started chopping that up. And that's when the followers started coming.
Yeah.
Until then, people always just assume, well, dude, you're rich and good looking. I'm like, I haven't always been rich. I haven't always been rich. And my looks are fading. The other day I got some Botox, dude. Now my fucking eyes are like, I'm like, dude, this is worse. Like I can feel them. I can feel it resting on my eyelids. I'm like, "Dude,
Really?
what is on my eye?"
Yeah, you can feel it inside, or
Well, I talked to the lady. She said that's just temporary, but like it feels like my eyes are smaller. They
Yeah.
were supposed to be like no wrinkles, which kind of worked. Wrinkles are good, but like my eyes are like too heavy.
yeah,
Next thing you know, they're gonna be like, "Dude, you need this surgery and that surgery," and I'm like, "I'm not going surgery."
yeah, you don't want to go too far.
But dude, even if I did, I'd put it on social media. So
Yeah.
someone says like, "Dude, you just admitted to get Botox." I don't give a fuck. And this clip might be the clip that goes viral,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you never know, and you wouldn't have done that if you were making content. So there's all these people out there, especially in the flipping in the world. They're trying to make all this content about flipping.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool because if you flip, you flip. But at the end of the day, if I followed you around, most of the valuable content was when you turned the camera off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to leave the camera on. That's the only trick in the book.
Yeah.
You become the content. You are the content. You don't make it anymore. You become it.
Yeah.
So who you talk to, where you go, the people you're teaching, the podcast you're on, whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
Like right now, you got your Meta glasses, but that is not quite the same thing because number one, you're looking at me, not him, or yourself. See, but I like those because one time I was going to start walking around with a camera, like a vest camera or something, and
Yeah.
call it From My Perspective. So the whole channel would just be called From My Perspective, and it's basically what I'm seeing.
It's cool.
Yeah.
People might get into that where they never even see who you are, but you're talking to celebs and doing cool
Yeah.
shit, and all you see is it from their perspective.
That could be good.
Could be.
Yeah.
But branding, is obviously what you put out there is either liked or disliked.
Yeah.
But most people are too afraid to put it out there because they want to be liked.
Yeah.
I don't care if I'm liked or disliked.
Yeah. It does make a big difference, right? Because now whenever you go into like a meeting or like people already have an idea of who you are before you even get into the meeting, where you don't necessarily have to like, say who you are in a sense once you have that personal branding. But it's
Not only that, people overassume. People think I'm a billionaire. Like I'm not a billionaire,
Not yet.
but people act like I am.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, I'm not as big as you, and they're like making $50 million a year, and I'm like, dude, that's pretty fucking big.
No, yeah.
And then the office, people with like real offices,
Yeah.
people are like, oh, dude, because most of the gurus, they don't really have an office or anything. They're just posting on social media. So that's like an influencer. So you want a good cross between, what looks like an influencer and then who you are and what you do. And then this will guide you from the sources that I have, the techniques that I use, even the equipment that I use, the processes that I use. So go through that, dude, and you'll learn
Yeah.
exactly how to do it. And all you have to do is do it. Now the question is how long will it take you?
Mm-hmm.
It won't be if it works. It's how long will it take it to work?
Mm-hmm.
And that just really depends on how, you're doing it.
Yeah.
I'd get ballsy and not worry about what you're posting and then try to find opportunities to make, polarizing shit.
Yeah.
Like if he's your best guy, and you're talking to him about something, that, believe it or not, me watching you talk to him would be better than you talking to the camera.
Yeah.
But most people aren't doing that. They're talking to the camera.
Yeah.
If you want to flip houses, hi, my name's Rudy. I'm the best flipper on the planet. And I can help you too. People just scroll past that.
Yeah.
But when you're talking to him about it, and you guys might be even debating or whatever,
Yeah.
then people are like,
Just nosy. They
Yeah.
just want to.
or they'll be team him and team you, and then the algorithm starts kicking in.
Yeah.
Like the other day, all I said was, "What the frick, man!" I had like shitload of comments the other day.
What did you say?
I don't even remember because I don't
You
I don't make it.
Yeah, it just comes out. That's one thing too. It's like a mindset shift for me because I used to see social media as a waste of time, but now it's like because there'll be times where like I'll spend like 20, 30 minutes trying to upload something, right? And I'll be like getting frustrated with it, but it's more of a investment upfront for the return to come back later, for sure. Or hiring someone like you, you know, to follow me around. That could be helpful. Yeah,
That's what I do.
yeah.
I just find somebody that has no ambition.
My man. My
Here,
man.
anyway,
Thank you so much.
Take that with you so you don't have to waste time today, but
Thank you.
that'll tell you everything. The
I
process
appreciate
is
you.
all I do is I come up with sources.
Yeah.
Like my podcast is a source.
Yeah.
Me running my business is a source. Whatever I do throughout the day, but I always make sure I'm doing something, which coincidentally helps also.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people are like, well, shit, dude, I read the thing but I don't really do anything. I'm like, well, that's the fucking problem. Like,
Yeah.
go do something.
Yeah.
If you say you're a deal maker, like, where are you making deals or not?
Yeah.
Well, let's film it. Well, they don't want to be filmed. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Film them anyway. Did you see me ask you if I had your permission? No. If you guys like, dude, I don't want to be filmed, I'd be like, well, then sit out there. or I can talk to you through a wall,
Yeah.
but I'm being filmed no matter what I do. And then that goes to the drive. All he does is upload it. A lot of
Yeah.
guys have a camera guy like that, and then he eventually goes and edits it too.
Yeah.
If he's editing, he's not filming. And if he's not filming, we're not doing what I'm talking about. Because the key really is to flood the internet with your face.
Yeah.
So if you go to 6 different channels, I'm posting 3 to 4 times every single day on every single channel.
Yeah.
And some go and some don't, but it doesn't matter because it's just a process. Bang, 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 bang. And I've done it for like 6 years. Mm-hmm. And it'll, I'm going to start creating some different formats right now just to push it a little harder. But the key is just to be yourself, be real. Like, don't worry about, because I already know I'm a good dude. I know what I think and what I'm trying to do in life. And I'm not looking to sell people and close people and hurt people. I'm looking to freaking help people. So because I know me, I don't care about your validation. Most people, dude, they're putting that shit out there so they can get everybody else to validate them.
Yeah.
I'm cool. Do you think I'm cool? You guys think I'm cool? And it somehow comes across in their content where it doesn't resonate with people. And they'll just keep scrolling past you. And you'll be wondering like, fuck, that was brilliant. How come nobody liked it?
Yeah.
But if you just stopped and said, fuck this is stupid, dude. I'm done with this bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, people start engaging because it's real. And
Yeah.
that was really you coming out. But most people don't do that. And then the drive, he loads it onto the drive. And then there's another team of editors that go in and watch all the footage and have to figure out what to pick.
Yeah.
So like it's somebody's full-time job is to watch what I did during the day.
Wow.
Which I feel sorry for them. But they watch it all, grab little clips, and then they decide a headline. Most people don't have a headline. What's your social media?
Rudy.C. Gomez.
Rudy.C. Let's see.
No, it's true though. That's why I feel like more people are leaning more towards podcasts as opposed to the news, right? Like people are getting their news from podcasts because it's more real, more organic, as opposed to the news where you can tell it's scripted, like they're reading from a teleprompter. It's totally different. I was hoping to meet your boy Anthony today.
Yeah, he had to
guy.
fly home to move back. He's moving back. He didn't think he was going to move here, but he came out here and he's like, dude, I'm moving here.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's going to break up with his girl and everything if he has to. He's like, dude, I'm coming whether she comes or not. I'm like, damn, dog. That's a heavy
He's in
duty.
Florida, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's in Florida.
that's a heavy duty commitment. So it's Rudy C.
Rudy.C.
Three
Gomez.
dots. There you are. All righty here. Yeah, see, like when I look at your wall, even though people don't go to your wall very often, how to make 40 grand deal, like I might tap on that, but the people,
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
I get you.
You need a headline.
I get you.
Why social media isn't a waste, like I might see why that is. But that's what I mean by a headline. So there always needs to be a headline.
Yeah.
Everything needs to be transcribed. Pictures like that.
Yeah.
They're, as far as what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
they're not doing anything for you. You have to have a headline and you have to have subtitles. So like, that's what most people do.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do with that?
Hey, that's another one.
Dang,
That
that's
was
a
like,
good looking
it
pose.
was like
Rudy.
17, 18.
Man, I want to be that dude. Oh, and then there's a bird on a beach. And then there's you smiling with wind in your hair. Man, this motherfucker's a baller. He likes dogs.
You're going deep. You're going deep.
I don't know what that is.
Oh no.
What is that?
That's one of my. He's also on my sales team.
I know, but are
One of
you
my
guys
guys.
like life partners?
Camping.
What
No,
is it?
we went camping.
There you are on a beach again. You graduated what looks like high school.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you're going deep, man.
There's another question.
I'm gonna have to go back and clean it up.
Is that your dude?
Nah.
You know, so again, you might want to even, make a new one, or
Yeah.
I'd go with this one, but I
clean it
wouldn't
up.
delete it up. No, because no one cares what they're seeing. All I'm saying is it's not going to capture them.
Yeah.
Because when people scroll, they go like this, and then you're between all these other post pictures.
Yeah.
So like when people are scrolling, like watch.
Have you ever been broke before?
See, that's a headline.
Yeah.
And then subtitles. I might watch that, but people watch it like this.
Gotcha.
Now again, a snake's biting you in the head. People are going to watch that shit. But as you scroll, you see that?
Yeah.
If it's not fights, ass,
Yeah.
damage, you're not going to get me. So when I'm scrolling by, there has to be a headline. See, so I'm going to listen if it interests me. But what I'm not going to do is just like the ones I just saw of you.
Yeah.
I'm scrolling right by those. I don't even want to listen.
Yeah.
So what you want to happen, like even that, you win or you learn. Okay, yeah, it's another one of those. Fights are always good. So you could literally start it off like that and then bang, cut it to you going, you need to flip a house?
Yeah.
Quit fighting with your buyers.
No, that brings up a really good point. I never even thought of that because people do go quick, right? So like the first couple seconds, they see the headline.
They say you got 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Because this is what you got. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And when they realize it isn't a video, they're really moving fast because it's just a picture.
Yeah.
But don't steal people's content. What is she saying? So I'm just moving on. Now see, this is time to attack. See, that's what people are reading. They're not listening. But when he says what he's saying, I go. And that just told the algorithm,
Yeah.
hey, show this to more people. They're touching it.
Yeah.
Because that right there, they're tracking.
Yeah.
That they're tracking. That they're tracking. Oh, they just went back to him.
Yeah.
So all that algorithm does is wait for somebody to make a move. And as soon as they do, it starts to show it to other people. That's how some videos go viral, because I share it, or I like it, or I listen to the sound and then share it, or like it, or save it. That's what you're wanting. Mm-hmm. So you just got to freaking, constantly flood the internet with your face. Because I might scroll past you 3-4 times, but then the 5th time I see you, I go, who is this guy? What is he saying? Boom.
Yeah.
Because now I've seen you so many times.
Yeah.
But if you're posting once a day, I bet you I never see you. I don't know if I've ever seen you. Have you seen me?
Of course.
See the difference though?
Yeah.
That's the only reason. It's because I'm doing it and you're not.
Yeah.
If you did what I'm talking about, I will see your face. They will throw you out there to see what's up.
Yeah.
And then if no one clicks on you, well then after 2 months you'll be like, fuck, this ain't worth it.
Yeah.
When in reality, it's because you didn't have headlines, you didn't have subtitles, you didn't understand the 3-second rule, you didn't understand the hook problem solution rule. The hook problem solution is like, the hook is whatever gets them in the first 3 seconds. Then you give them their problem so they can identify. Like, you have a hard time getting chicks because you're freaking out of shape, lazy, and your dick don't get hard. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Then what's the solution? Stick with me. I'm going to show you exactly how to turn that around where you're a beast in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Now I'm listening,
Yeah.
right? But if that wasn't me, I ain't got that problem. I'm moving along. So that's how you kind of niche into who you're looking for. So if you're looking for people to get rid of their house, what's the problem? What's their problem? You got too much inventory, not enough buyers. I'm listening.
Yeah.
That's because you're out there wholesaling, but you don't have a network. I can get you a network.
Yeah.
What if you had a network where you could move every house you found? That's the solution. And then, stick with me. I'm gonna walk you exactly what I do. And then next thing you know, they're like, who is this guy? They'll know you're Rudy C. Gomez eventually. But
Yeah.
the hooks, the problem, the solution technique, they're all in there. And then another technique I do is reaction videos. You ever do those?
No. But I've seen them. I've
Yeah.
definitely seen them. Yeah.
Well, that's because they work.
Yeah.
Because I want to know what you're watching there. Or even the ones in the background where the people are narrating and it's a viral video in the background. Like the viral video went viral for a reason.
Yeah.
So if you grab that viral video and just react to it, you'll get into that virality. And that's a lot of the times how people are seen. And again, you just got to get seen. You got to flood the internet with your face. How many a day you post now?
In stories or just posts?
Posts.
Posts maybe like one a day, if that, to
Yeah.
be honest.
Well, I'm not going to see your stories
Yeah.
unless
Follow
I'm
me, yeah.
following you.
So posts, yeah, like one a day.
Yeah, you need like 4 a day.
Yeah.
How many channels are you on?
Mainly Facebook mainly Instagram and Facebook, and then I'm starting to do more on TikTok and YouTube.
Yeah, well, YouTube's the king.
Yeah.
That's the hardest one. But YouTube, people are searching how to flip houses. You should be all over that shit.
Yeah.
And you can even put some long form on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. The hook would be, for example, how old were you when you started?
17.
Yeah, 17-year-old makes $1 million. Doesn't matter, it took you 4 years. The hook, how does a 17 make $1 million? Boom. And now I'm watching, and as long as you're giving value and you got me, I'm going to keep watching.
Yeah.
And on YouTube, it's watch time.
Yeah.
If they're watching for a long time, dude, they're going to share that out because they want people on that platform. They're like, damn, dude, people are watching this video for whatever reason. You ever see those videos where it says like, spot the problem? And then you're staring at the picture for 10 minutes trying to spot the problem. Do you see the leopard in this picture? And they have like zillion views. That's why. Yeah, because people are sitting there trying to find a leopard and they're not even there.
Yeah.
At the end, you're finally like, this is a waste of fucking time.
Yeah.
Well, you just kicked in the algorithm.
Yeah.
And when people see you in public, even if it's like Beatty, they'll still be like, oh, you're that motherfucker, dude. I'll be in the airport. People want pictures. Ask him. It's like I'm a celebrity.
It's cool.
And I'm like, dude, I'm just a business dude.
Yeah.
But I am celebritized because of the internet, which is the brand. And the brand causes dropping bombs to generate probably 6 to 10 million a year.
Yeah.
This place gets tons of business from it. I've started businesses because of it, just doing swipe ups and ads for whatever I'm promoting. So like, you want a brand, dude. How to do shit used to be the thing because you knew how to do it and no one else did. How'd you do that? Yeah. But now, dude, ChatGPT will tell me how you did that. Yeah. It'll even give me your same exact shit.
Yeah.
So like, information's easy. Now people want to hear it from their favorite guru. Yeah. Like Ryan Pineda, you've heard of him. Mm-hmm. Like he'll put on events, everyone, like he gets a couple thousand people in the room. Why? Well, because he did this 4 or 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
We're actually going to his Kingdom Summit tomorrow.
Yeah, and it's getting harder and harder, dude. Yeah. It's getting harder and harder. And pretty soon you're going to be like, it's going to cost you a lot of money to do it. It's free still. Mm-hmm. You just got to do it.
Yeah.
And then get on people's podcasts. Because again, like this podcast, you get real listeners and you'll get hit up.
Yeah.
But go on a whole tour. Go on like 100. Mm-hmm. And real ones, you got to make sure they're real. Some of them you go on, it drops, you wouldn't even know that it dropped.
Yeah.
I mean, when this drops, I don't even have to tell you. You'll know because you'll start getting DMs and people will start going, whatever.
Yeah.
I've had people go on what they thought was a big podcast and nothing happened. And the reason why is because it's not a big podcast. Mm-hmm. It's just paid ranking. Mm-hmm. Like I can pay to be in the top 10.
Yeah.
That doesn't do anything for me other than ego. Look, I'm in the top 10. But like, unless something happens when you come on,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. So you just get, you know, do you have a podcast?
No, but I've been talking to my business partner about starting.
Miguel?
one. Yeah.
It's in there exactly what you need and exactly how to do it where it's not even hard to do.
Yeah.
Like, let's go do this one. And you'll be like, he just fucking talked for an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah.
And then you just keep posting. And then everyone's worried about how many listeners do I have. I don't know how many listeners I have. I don't know how many views I get. You know, I don't know shit. I just do them and drop them. And when I first started, you know, nobody was really listening. And it's just, people start, you know, seeing me in the airport. Dude, your podcast changed my life. I'm like, why? What happened? Oh, you had a guest on there that was this, that, and the other thing. And, you know, I identified and, you know, I reached out to him and, you know, me and him did this, that, and the other thing. And now I'm crushing. I'm like, fucking cool. Right on. That's how it should work. Yeah. So hopefully you'll help a couple youngsters figure out wholesaling. Because I mean, again, I mess with him all the time. Like, he wants to just sit here and hold the camera. That weird?
Isn't that weird? I mean, I don't know. Some people just...
People say, how do you say this in front of him? It's the truth. Like, I'm glad he's willing to.
Yeah.
Because if he came in tomorrow, I have been thinking about what you were saying and I got to go out there and make something of myself. I'd be like, fuck.
No more camera.
Yeah, but then I'd get another one. And some other young kid would come in here and be like, I'll hold the camera for flat monthly fee. Like, dude, you got to go out and hustle. Yeah. Like that. Like wholesaling, shit. That's the easiest thing in the fucking world if you're willing to work. Yeah, you know, learn from a guy like you. Figure out what it is I'm looking for. What do I say when I knock on the door? I get my face beat a couple times, big deal. Then I finally get one and I make a couple $1,000 because I knocked on a door. Then I'm like, dude, how can I find doors quicker, better, faster, stronger? Next thing you know, I'm getting 5. Next thing you know, I got enough money to fucking buy it myself.
Yeah.
And then I did my first flip and I made fucking 16 grand instead of 1,600. And then I took that 16 grand, I bought another duplex and I saved that one. It was ready to go. And then the tax depreciation, shit, I didn't have to even pay taxes. Mm-hmm. Then people are like, shit, dude, like this real estate game's the deal.
Yeah.
But have you ever gotten into buying businesses?
No, I've invested in businesses, but I've never bought one.
Yeah, well, buying and selling businesses is better than real estate, if you ask me.
Yeah,
cash flow's better, assets are better. People are always thinking, yeah, but businesses can crash. A house won't crash. Well, that may be true, but a house gives you a couple $100 in cash flow. A business gives you thousands.
Yeah.
And you can buy a business and people are like, well, what do I know about a coffee shop? Dude, it was running 3 years before you. Why do you think just because you own it, it's going to stop running?
Yeah.
Leave the management in place. Don't go in there and change anything. Just be the recipient. Take care of your people. If you can help, like if I bought a business, I can help it. I'd start driving attention to it. But I wouldn't go in and start saying, all right, here's how we're going to do things, see? I'd be like, dude, whatever y'all are doing, keep doing it. Mm-hmm. I'm going to try to push some business this way. You guys need anything? No? Good. Appreciate you being here. I'm going to give you all a big old fat fucking raise. Yeah. And don't watch my content because I don't want you leaving.
I don't want you leaving.
But dude, he could come here, film during the day, and then go home and start flipping. Could he not?
Yeah, 100%.
How come you don't do that?
I'd start flipping.
Why don't you?
Just haven't learned, I guess. Didn't even know it was really a thing.
See?
There we go.
I just started with crypto.
Okay.
And then you also gotta like figure out who you really want to help. Because even though you could help an old guy and people of all ages, the best coaches, if you ask me, are the ones that are helping the people they used to be become the people they are. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Elaborate.
Like, if I used to be fat and out of shape and depressed, and now I'm not, then I want to go help fat and out of shape people that are depressed.
They're your best candidates.
Well, yeah, because that's who I used to be. So who did you used to be should be your target to help if you're coaching or training or anything like that. And then, you know, if I was a 17-year-old kid and had no money and no parental supervision and I was heading for the fucking jail system and I discovered flipping and now I'm a multimillionaire real estate guy. I want to go help 17-year-old kids that are heading for jail. You can spread it out, but like you got to pick who